The action opens with Braves Phillies, NL East rivals, of course. That's a 12:07 tip here on Tuesday. For the series, Braves minus 185, Phillies plus 155. For game one, about this, we got Braves at minus 195, so slightly bigger favorites here, game one. You're seeing some big favorites across the board as these wild card teams obviously are a little more gassed coming into this versus the teams that have rested on the bye. Total for game one is 6.5. I'm kind of interested in the over there at Turner Field, where the Braves averaged about 5 runs per game since the start of July. Braves going up against Rangers Suarez, who kind of shut them down in 3 straight after getting hit pretty hard his first 2 against Atlanta. This is a Braves lineup that's second in weighted runs created plus, and WOBA against lefties. They counter with a lefty as well, Max Fried, who's been about average against the Phillies in his career. He's 4-4, 3.75 ERA. Very reliable in the postseason. Reliable at home this season, 2.42 ERA. And then you look at, the Braves as a team, like I mentioned, almost 5 runs a game, 31-9 since July at home. Phillies are 20-23 on the road in that span. We're missing Bryce Harper for quite a bit there. There's a huge bullpen edge here for the Braves. So I don't think we love the minus 190 number in a playoff game, really, which you're seeing across the board, like I said. But for me, why not take the Braves to win game one and win the series? When you handicap those two together, then you're getting minus 110. I think they could stumble at some point against the Phillies. It could wind up being interesting once Nola and Wheeler get into the series, but I think there's no way that the Braves are going down against their division rivals over this 5-game series.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought, honestly, because I do have both of these lines pretty fair, but what does concern me from the Phillies end is Suarez. He's fine. Like, I have him like about a league average pitcher, but that's really good in June. But when it's October, you definitely want more than league average on the mound, obviously. And the fact that they probably have to start him twice if it goes 5 games, I think hurts them quite a bit. That said, the Braves do have a pretty big injury question as well with Spencer Strider. I think we talked about him on the other show. He was probably a top 3 pitcher in baseball this year. Just as good as DeGrom, basically, like step for step, and did it over a larger sample, I think. So, not having Strider, I think, would hurt the Braves some. I think they can definitely advance without him, but he's just so good. He'd probably be the best pitcher in the series, right? So without him, the Phillies have 2 of the 3 best pitchers in the series with Nola and Wheeler. I have Fried just as good as them. So I do think they're better than the rest of the Braves starters if Strider can't go, though. Braves, like you said, pretty big edge in the bullpen, pretty big edge on defense. I'm a little leery of fading the Braves game one for sure, because just having this bullpen come in and rested and ready to roll, just a loaded Braves bullpen, it makes me a little nervous taking over as well. That being said, I do lean that way. I mean, 6.5 with even money both ways, and both of these teams were so strong hitting lefties this year. Braves were second, I think, for a lot of the year. They ended up sliding down to 5th, 118 WRC plus. That's really, really strong, though. Phillies are 6th, right behind them. So, both of these teams hit lefties well, and then obviously the Braves have some left-handedness to their top of their bullpen as well. So, could see a lot of lefties on the mound, and I would lean towards the over here. These offenses are just so good. I know that it's a park that has not been super easy to score in, and obviously Fried is a great pitcher and has proven he's not going to let the postseason, pressure get to him at all. So this is small potatoes compared to some of the games he's been in, but I do lean a little bit to the over here. Yeah.